Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah, it is evening. It is 7:25 p.m. Gosh, you can hardly hear me, I'm sure. 7:25 p.m. on a Thursday evening. And I'm in the car once again. If this is the first time you have checked me out, I am Sylvia Smith of Incline Training Consultants Limited. I hop on here regularly to have a quick chat, share reflections, share learning, and essentially I'm just keeping a kind of an ongoing log of what's happening for me with regards to making progress with online activities, as well as other things that come up, because life's like that. Today I've spent the bulk of my day marking essays, which is something I think I mentioned earlier this week in an earlier vlog, that I was actually going to be quite preoccupied with marking. And I am happy to say that I've actually just got one more essay to completely finish marking, and it's not even an entire essay. I've read the bulk of it, but I've just got the final bit to read, and then I will mark that tonight when I get back. Yeah, it's been a bit of a task, but thankfully, somehow, I'm not entirely sure how, I managed to plan my schedule in such a way that I've not been out and about as much this week, and then I had this entire day clear that I could actually really buckle down and get through this work that I needed to do for the university. As I say, I'm not entirely sure how it is I managed to achieve that, which is a little worrying, because ordinarily, one is supposed to plan and foresee what's coming in terms of work and create space in your schedule accordingly. Well, I'm not quite sure how it happened, but one of the things I've certainly implemented, which I would highly recommend, is every 7 weeks, and I heard this from an online mentor that I was following for a time. Every 7 weeks I create a kind of a sabbatical week in my diary. Now, I'm not saying that I absolutely do nothing during that week, but I put it in my diary to make me aware that I do periodically have to have some clear space to catch up on various projects, various bits of work and so on, and it's been really, really helpful, psychologically more than anything else. So it's been really, really good. What I've also been doing is I've been looking ahead a bit, because in the next couple of weeks I'm going to be traveling and to the US, and I actually want to have some clear headspace while I'm away to do some planning and thinking. But what it's meant is that I have got a really, really hectic schedule over the next couple of weeks in terms of being out and about and attending sessions, reviews and so on. So I'm going to be shattered, no doubt. But I have the trip to look forward to, and I intend to have no daytime work taking away from that quality time. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think I need to have some time to stop. Feeling quite tired, and I think part of it's to do with the fact that I don't get to bed at a reasonable hour. I've got nobody to blame, absolutely nobody to blame but myself. because I seem to work until late, and then when I do finish work, rather than get myself to bed, I still need to have a kind of a downtime, which invariably means watching YouTube videos, some of which are useful, others are just purely for leisure, but it does mean that I get to bed very late. Last night being a case in point, and my intention was to get to bed good time, get up this morning and walk. Well, I got to bed late, and I got up this morning and worked, because had I gone out and walked, it kind of felt as though I kind of wouldn't get going. So, as I say, got nobody to blame but myself. I can't blame people I do work for. It's not them. I can't blame any other individual. It is my own doing. I have a young niece, and she gets to bed every evening, or as much as she can, at 9. Having said that, once she gets home from work, she really has some rituals that she absolutely loves, which is to she'll either go and watch a film, or she'll be preoccupied with some film online, or reading something from her Kindle, and she thoroughly enjoys her downtime. And really, does she let anyone interrupt that? My younger sister, she also, although she's working very hard at the moment with, because her work is now, the bulk of it she does at home, but she too, when it comes to feeling fatigued, will get herself to bed. I've never been a person who's kind of managed to have what you call an 8-hour night. I've always been like that from childhood. Mind's always buzzing around. They used to call me the nightmare at home, because I would never get to bed early. But as I'm getting older, I'm very conscious that rest is really important, and when I do get myself to bed, I thoroughly enjoy a good night's sleep. So we change in life. That's how that's called the life stage, and I'm at a different point. So sleep, very important, and one day I will crack it. I think part of it has to do with the way I'm working at the moment, which involves a lot of travelling around London and sort of some of the outer areas, and it means I get home late, quite often after 8. I don't necessarily work every day from 9 to 5, but sometimes I do when I'm going out to work for appointments or sessions or whatever. It can be quite late getting back. So yeah, that's what's happening with me at the moment. Tomorrow's Friday. I've got the radio show as per usual. Looking forward to that. Got the other radio show on Sunday with Simon, Black Connections at Hayes FM. Looking forward to that. But interestingly, tomorrow morning I'm actually heading out with very dear friend of my niece's, who is a musician, Mo Roots. We're going to see another friend who might possibly be able to help and support her with promoting her music and so on. So I'm really looking forward to that, because it's something I'm kind of interested in, the music industry, but I wonder what it's like to be a promoter or a manager or an artist, or I wonder what that's like. And I think I'll get a slight insight tomorrow when I accompany Mo to meet with Salita, we're gonna have some discussions with. So I shall let you know how that goes. As I say, I'm glad I've got through the marking, because my next challenge, of course, is to sort out my email list. So keep it locked, and I'll give you more updates as and when they occur. Oh, by the way, I'm actually going, I'll put some footage of the next place I'm going. I'm going to a jazz evening. Good friend Keith Wade is going to be playing there with another woman. So I shall take some footage of that event. It happens about once a month, and I've been invited tonight, and I'm really going as well to distribute some of the leaflets for our charitable event in June. So I shall take some footage, and yeah, let you see what that was like. Okay, take good care wherever you are, whatever time it is. Peace.